start the recording. Let me get the book. Master schedule. Get my attendance sheet. Looks like we got 3, James, Matt, and Nicholas. And I've heard some thumps, so I assume there's some messages over here. All right, now I've got notes from 2 of you saying hello. Don't forget, all of you do post some stuff in there during the whole session. So we're in 2414 now. This is my 4th one today, so I remember what I'm doing. We just finished week 2, which was chapter 2. And that we're on chapter 3 this coming week. Chapter 2 was managing OUs and Active Directory accounts, and then chapter 3 is going to go into user and service account configuration. So you're going to set up some account policies, your user accounts and passwords and that type of stuff, and also some service accounts, which are accounts that aren't assigned to a user, but are accounts used by programs where they've got to have privileges set up for them. So that's what you'll be working on in there. This book seems to be going pretty smoothly so far for us, because I've not had very many messages from y'all about problems in here. So it seems to be going okay. 2412, I'm hitting some early issues, but it's really getting people to set up the machines correctly to start with, which is the same machines you use in here, except for you got on those 2 machines that you had to add the 2 users. And I'm using the same set of directions for the machines and all 3 classes, 24, 12, 13, and 14. Now, 2 of the machines, I did update directions on how to set them up this weekend. The ones for server DC1 and SA1. Didn't make any real tangible changes to the directions. It's just I was setting up the machines to start doing the assignments activities there in 2412. Already have them out there for 2413 that I had done before, but and that's where most of those directions were developed from, was from when I taught that last semester. And there was 1 or 2 of them still had to do. Hyper-V, which I don't think your class uses. I think you just have the 1 configuration. I don't think you have the additional. You don't. In 2412, they've got an additional configuration to do of 3 machines. I don't think I'm going to get them a set of directions for that, because they can actually use SA1 and make some changes to it. But those 2 sets that I just mentioned, as I was going through and installing my machines using my directions, I discovered there were some typos in there a few times. There were some spelling errors. 1 or 2 times there was a missing word or 2 that would have made it clearer. So I added that in. So I fixed those directions up where they're a little bit clearer now. So if by chance you needed to go back and reuse them again, I would suggest you go back and pull down a new copy of it. And if you're going to take 12 or 13 from me after this semester, they'll be the improved version. But again, there wasn't anything real changes to it. It was just where it was clarifying and editorial changes to it while I was going through that. As I was reading it, and I went, whoa, that's not right. Or there was, in one case, there was a horrible misspelled word, and it took me a bit to figure out what in the world did I really mean there. So we'll continue on in 2 and 3. 2 is due tonight. 3 will be due next week on Monday. The session will be on Monday next week because we'll be back on Mondays again. And we'll have session we should definitely have session next Monday and then the following Monday. I'm not sure on the following week what I'm going to do. In the following week after that, when we may. And then the following week after that, actually the July 4th holiday falls in, and we'll have session on Tuesday, and deadlines will be on Tuesday that week. The other week deadlines will all be on Monday, and then the last week, which is the following week after that, so July the 6th will be a Tuesday will be a submission deadline instead of Monday the 5th, which is a holiday. And then the following week, July the 13th, is the last day of class. So the deadline on tests and assignments I'll set on the 13th instead of the 12th because of that. Final will be due on the 14th, and it'll open up on the 10th. And then that week there'll be no collaborate session, no discussion either. So we're 25% of the way through the course at this point. We finished 2 weeks out of 8 weeks. So we're starting on the homework stretch now. So we've still got 6 weeks to go, counting this week. So make sure y'all do keep up with stuff on it. So we're continuing on along on that. Now, and I've been answering emails all day, and actually did answer them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then starting today. Yesterday, I had intended to, but I just didn't get to them. Although I did work on some other stuff on some classes for a little bit. But it was a holiday, which means I was supposed to have the day off. But I still did work an hour and a half, I think. Sunday, I actually worked 7 hours on classes. Saturday, a number of hours also. So I didn't really get much of a holiday out of this. So grading, I will work on grading what's due today, tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. Discussions, I'll grade first thing in the morning, and then once I get that done, then I'll work on grading the other stuff. And I'm not sure, I think I've got a meeting at lunch tomorrow, which will take a little bit of time for me. But I'm fully anticipating getting grading done. If there's been stuff turned in late, I'll try to get that done too. And I know at least Nicholas is in 2413, I believe. And they've got an assignment that I haven't graded that was due last Monday that I need to get graded, and I'm hoping to get that done today. And then technically I'll be caught up at that point, although everything comes in tonight. And I know there's stuff been turned in since last week that's due today, but I tend to, my normal routine is I do not grade items until after their due date. The other part is you can resubmit them up till the due date and on it. So questions on all of that? Comments? Questions on the assignments? Okay. So we'll continue on this. And here, I think I've got all of, I think the only thing I don't have set up in your class yet, which you can't tell, is that I don't have all the tests set up yet, because I had to create this class from scratch at the beginning of this semester. I tried to start on a little bit at the end of last semester, but I really didn't have time to be working ahead. And so that week between, I spent my time working on getting these classes as best I could set up, at least for the initial part. And so I've been, okay, so I do have all y'all's PowerPoints out there at this point, which is what I've been trying to get them all out there. So it's just a test I've got to finish setting up in this one. In my 2452 class, my Cisco class, I'm still working on the PowerPoints for them in that class, for the reason that they were very much not ADA compliant, and it's taken a good bit of work for me to get them ADA compliant before I can put them out there. That they've got to have particularly have alt tags on all of the different images in it. And then the second thing that Cisco didn't do very well on is they didn't title all of their slides, and they want that too. So I will be working on that. As I go forward. So if there's not any questions on the chapters, and I say chapter 3, I don't think you're going to have a whole lot of issues on it. It's password management, policies on your accounts. Actually, for most students, this is interesting things on it, and how you're working with lockouts. And remember, if somebody leaves your organization, you want to lock their account. You don't want to delete it, because you want to be able to get back to what all they could get to. And if somebody was going to replace them, that's the easy way to do it. If you just locked the account, then you can go in, unlock it, and rename it and give it to the new person, and that you're still completely secure. The other part is a lockout policy, which is a little different, which is saying how often people have to change their passwords, how many times do they get to attempt to log in before it locks up and such. Be careful on setting some of those rules on that, because when you set that on there, that you can be a problem. That because I know I remember one place I worked at, they locked your account after 3 tries for 20 minutes. People would come in the morning, type in the password wrong 3 times, and go, well, I'm locked out, I can't do anything for 20 minutes, and then walk down the hall and get a cup of coffee. Instead of getting there early and getting their cup of coffee and then going down there and starting to work at time to begin. Because they're going, well, I can't do anything anyway now, so I'll go get my cup of coffee now. The other one is that you got to realize when you're setting rules like that of how your people are on their typing ability, and how many times they may be making mistries. The other part is setting it at a number to actually block out bad actors. So you've got that always to cross on there. Okay, if there's not any questions today, and if that seems to have covered what y'all need to know, then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this session up, and then I can keep on answering email, because in the time we've been sitting here, I've gotten 3 more emails in. And so I can deal with those, and then try to deal with the classes. So, and I will try. I don't think I put your grades out there for those of you that were in Collaborate last week. I don't think those grades are out there yet for that. And if not, don't panic on that. They will get there. I still have the list of names, and I can get them. And if I did lose the list, I could get them, but I know where the list is. I carried it around with me for a number of days last week, and then I believe it. And then I'm quite confident I've left it laying in the front seat of my car. But if I lost it, that's no problem. I can go back and Collaborate, and it'll tell me who all was there. I've got the list for today, and so I'll try to get those put in reasonably quick too. But that was just a little bit lower priority on me on posting out there. So I'll try to get those posted real quickly also. So let me see if I can get that done maybe before I leave this afternoon, along with grade that assignment and that 2413. And y'all have a good week. I will talk to you next Monday, not Tuesday, Monday at the same time. So see y'all then. Talk to you later. And I'm stopping the recording now.